welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. So we're having conversations with our grandson Seth on FaceTime, but I'm going to cook some eggs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole in the egg, and I'm going to drain out all of the egg without damaging the shell, because I want this shell for a project that I'm working on. So let's get started on that. Right there we go. Stir that up in there. Try to make that a little bit bigger without cracking it any bigger. The smaller the hole, the better it'll be. Now, I tend to try to put one on the other side as well. I don't know if I'm going to accomplish that because of the pressure. I might just have to make this hole a little bigger. There we go. Open this up just a little bit more. There we go. It's coming out.
On for at least 2021.
So we'll go ahead and do all these eggs, and then I'll get back with you after I get it all taken care of. There we go. Look at that. That's working pretty good. All right. So I was able to get the top of it, the little hole in the top, a little hole in the bottom. So then what you do is you just blow into the top part up here, and it will take it right out to the bottom. Let's go on egg number 2. The first one I accidentally crushed. I'm going to put a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom.
I'll send you some.
There's a nice little hole right there.
The colors they have, okay?
And we'll try to get one here.
How's that?
Right there.
Yeah.
There we go. So what I'm going to do is just stick this in here like this, mix it up the best I can, just like so. And then what I'm going to do is blow into the top part, and it'll come out the bottom. There we go. And that empties out that egg, and it's very, very small hole here and a very, very small hole here. So that way I'll be able to use this the way I want. So we're going to wash this out and let it dry and everything, but we'll get to that later. I've still got several more to do. So let's get these done, and I'll get right back with you when I get them all done. Alright, so just washing these off and out. As you can see, there's still egg in there. So what I do is I just stick them in the water, dunk them down. Now the hole's kind of small right now. I'm probably going to have to open up the hole a little bit, but a little bit of bubbles coming through, so that means the water's getting in there. Let the water drain in for a little bit. Get a good amount of water. Close off each end with your fingers and just shake it. And you can feel it in there. Clean that inside out really good. And then if you have to, blow the water out. They've been sitting around for a while, and they're pretty dry, dry enough for me to continue with the video. So what I do is, and I have several of these, and unfortunately I can't dig them out. They're packed away, so I can't get them out and show them. I wish I really could, but I'm not going to go through the trouble of going out there and digging them out right now.
Not in this cold weather.
Not in the no. So anyway, I have 4 eggs, and you've seen me cleaning them out. Basically just poke a hole in both sides, really small holes at this point. They'll get bigger, the holes will get bigger as necessity demands. But what I'm going to do is fill these up with powders. And my 3 particular favorite ones, I like to use flour. Flour is my favorite to use when I'm just training and in just general use is just some all-purpose flour. It's inexpensive, and it doesn't really hurt people when you use them against them. Now, a couple other things I do enjoy using is salt. I will fill these bad boys up with salt. That's always nasty when it gets in your eyeballs. And just regular old black pepper. Again, a couple very inexpensive, cheap things to use that is very effective. Again, I don't train with the pepper and the salt. I always train with just the flour. Now, I do have some that have very, very fine crushed glass in them. Of course, I don't use those for training at all, but I do have a few of them. Now, all we're going to do is we will open these holes up as necessary, and we will use a paper funnel or whatever else you can do. But we're going to fill these up at least halfway. I like them a little bit higher than half. And we'll fill them up with flour, salt, pepper, crushed glass, any powder that would be distracting or damaging to a human eye. And once you get them completely filled up to your desired amount, there's many ways that you seal these off. So basically all you want to do is seal off the holes so that the stuff doesn't seep out. A more traditional version would be using sticky rice or some sort of wet paper that goes across and dries. I prefer to use paper or paper towels or something to that nature mixed with a flour paste, just a little bit of flour and water, and dip it into the dip the paper into it, and then I just lay it over top and just seal it up and just get it wet, and then when it dries it sticks to it, and it's always worked for me. I've had no problems. So there you go. There's the little ninja eggs, which is in a complete art. It's part of a complete art called Metsubushi, and it's the art of using objects as distractions. Eggs are just one aspect of it. There's many more. Shuriken are another part of this. I prefer the eggs. I just like the eggs, and so there's that. So when you use them, what you do is you put them in your hand, and then if it's in your hand like this, they can't see it. You crush it in your hand, and then just disperse it into their face, and it allows you to create distraction. It allows you to possibly harm their vision, and it helps you to move about or escape without they visually seeing you do it. So there you go. It's a nice little project. Have fun with that. Don't hurt anybody. I'm not responsible for any damage that's caused by trying this, because yes, you can seriously hurt somebody's eyes. So here I have my eggs. I have some paper towel, and I have a little bit of flour water, and all I'm going to do is just dip this in the flour water, lay it over one of the holes, flatten it out nice, and then we're just going to set it and let it dry. This will cover up the hole. We will not be opening up to fill it with our powder. Now I will be just using flour on these four for now, and I'll do a little bit of videoing on that, but just basically cover up the one hole, and then we'll set this and let it dry, and then once it dries I'll show you what it looks like. So here's the Metsubushi eggs that I made. Just little it is right there. So set these down. So how they work is they simply set in your hand like this, and then all you're going to do is just when you crush them, Metsubushi. So that was just flour. So just imagine, I don't know if you've ever had flour thrown in your face before like that and get in your eyes, but it's not pleasant. But just imagine if that was salt, it was pepper, it was some other irritant. Just imagine if that was just finely crushed glass. Metsubushi.